Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today my friends and I will present about the case study given. So in this case study, we identify that issue is about the trade war between US and China. In this case, due to the trade war that reached its peak between China and US President Donald Trump signed an executive order banning any kinds of transaction between US company and Huawei. So the issue that we mentioned are all about the transaction between Huawei are being terminated and whether the endorsement contract of Fasola is affected by the changes of policy of the government. This is because the Malaysia law is follow the US rules. Thank you.
Next, I want to present about definition of contract. The term contract is defined as an agreement between two or more parties which has a binding nature. Fundamentally, the consent with lawful enforceability is said to be a contract. It creates and defines the duties of and obligation of the parties involved. In this case, it is already stated that LECT signed a contract of endorsement with one famous figure of their country, namely Fasola. For this case, the type of contract that involved is void contract. Void contract, as the name suggests, is a contract which failed to be enforceable by the court of law. It is said to be a void contract at the time when it stops enforceability. In such a case, the contract will be void due to a change in the law.
I would like to present the cases part in this case study. According to a case from the Federal Court in Ramli bin Zakaria, the government of Malaysia, a frustrated contract occurs when a change in circumstances makes a contract legally or physically difficult to fulfill. In a nutshell, the law of frustration can be summarized as follows. It is clearly clear from the available facts, and it is my opinion, that tenancy agreement become difficult to execute, and it has not been done at all, since the defendant failed to obtain the requisite conversion.
Okay, I will talk about application of law. First of all, Fasola's contract is to be void since the contract was made before the trade war happened. This is because the trade war happened, which is impossible to prevent between China and USA. In addition, the agreement was void by virtue of Section 57(2) of Contract Act 1950. An agreement to do act impossible in itself become void too, as under Section 57(1) of the Contract Act 1950. According to the Contract Act 1950, Section 2(e) of the Act, the application of offer and acceptance of the Fasola's contract is a valid contract since at that time the agreement was made by both parties agreed. Due to the changes of law according to private international law that have been applied upon an involvement between two different countries, which are China and USA, the contract between Fasolas and LECT will be void.
As conclusion, the issue of Fasola contract are void contract, as the law that has been applied is the private international law and some cases that are involved as mentioned. Upon this involvement between different countries of China and USA, as the contract made have link between those trade war, the contract will be void due to the changes of offer where have been affected the Fasola contract. Regard to this issue, it must be answered in the application of offer and acceptance as it to be void in the law of contract. That's all from us. Thank you.